New at 10, a federal judge a short time ago blocking a Trump administration freeze on federal grants amounting to trillions of dollars that sparked confusion and panic, including right here in Louisiana. President Trump had planned to start the pause as he begins an across-the-board ideological review of federal spending. But the judge's order late today halted the freeze minutes before it was set to take effect. Among the big suspended items was funding for the operations of the Biomedical Research Center at LSU. Tonight, both Louisiana Congressman Cleo and U.S. Senator Bill Cassidy are expressing concerns about the now blocked Trump order. Fields says it's unconstitutional because Congress approves spending the money, while Cassidy says he's worried about the potential impact on local communities.
I think that's, truly unconscionable and unconstitutional. In 1974, the Congress passed an Empowerment Act, which provides that any fundings that we appropriate cannot be held up by an executive order.
I would like to see how this is going to be sorted out, because there's been a fair number of immediate executive orders, and then there's kind of an immediate sort of fine-tuning of the process. But I think the president wants to get federal spending under control. That's part of the reason that Republicans were elected. But let me just say, we want to make sure that there's no downstream effect in which local communities which are receiving grants which, Congress has decided they should receive are not harmed in the process.
News 15's Connor Hansen joins us now with more details on the judge's decision tonight to block Trump's funding freeze.
When our controller went earlier today to submit our reimbursement request, wasn't able to get through.
People across the country were left wondering if they would be able to access certain federal programs. Tuesday, an Office of Management and Budget memo announced a wide range of grants and loans were being frozen. A federal judge delayed the freeze after several states sued.
We will not stand for any illegal policy that puts essential services for millions of Americans at risk.
The White House said the move targeted programs related to DEI, environmental regulations, and transgender rights. And it was not intended to cut off funds to programs like Social Security, Medicaid, food stamps, or student loans.
They are clarifying it, and I think this is not unusual for an administration to pause funding and to take a hard look.
The OMB put out an update saying it's working with agencies, and a pause could be as short as 1 day if it decides the funding doesn't violate President Trump's executive orders. Democrats argue that's not how government should operate.
President Trump plunged the country into chaos.
These are real people, ordinary Americans struggling to afford groceries, rent, and health care.
The freeze on funding has been delayed until Monday, when both sides are scheduled to argue their case in federal court. In New York, Connor Hansen for News 15.